Hey guys, Robbie here from lifeofmomentum.com, and it's a sunny day today. It's really nice weather. Been getting a lot of mosquito bites lately, so really itchy. But today I just basically wanted to talk to you about how to automate content creation for your blog, your website, your Facebook page or whatever, and have it all feed into one another. So if you have multiple platforms, maybe you have a Facebook group, maybe you have an Instagram page, and then a website, how to post content on your website and have it automated and feed into your other platforms, so you have content being put on all platforms. Okay, so the first thing I want to say about content creation is try to be authentic. If your platform necessitates speaking like this in a interview form, just you speaking, that sort of format, try to be as authentic as possible. Don't worry about making mistakes. I trip up over my words all the time, and people are not going to just stop watching just because I make a mistake. Make a mistake and keep moving forward. I think a good public speaker is able to keep the presentation flowing even amidst mistakes and even amidst nerves and anxiety when he's presenting. So that's the first thing that I'd say is be authentic, speak from the heart, and try and use as much of your experience as possible and try and integrate that into your content. The next thing I'd say is, if you've got, say, an Instagram page or anything that has the opportunity to get a lot of followers and build a following, is find some way to automate that. So for example, I have an Instagram account, it's called Life of Momentum. You can check it out. I'll leave a link in the description. But what I do is I use a program called Followers Assistant that actually helps me automate following people who would be interested in this type of content. So in that application, I'll leave a link for the application as well in the description, but what it basically allows you to do is target different demographics of people. Say it's in Melbourne or Melbourne, Sydney, allows you to target demographics, but not only that, it allows you to target people who are interested in, say, self-help or motivational quotes, and allows you to follow those people automatically. So that's a great resource if you want to build your following long term. Now, there are a few rules that Instagram has for automating followers, so you have to be familiar with their guidelines and not break out of those rules. So this is a long-term game. You want to be building it over the long term, and you don't want Instagram to take down your account. That's actually what happened to me with one of my accounts, my Momentum Covers account, and I've learned a lot since then, and I'm very careful with how many people I'm following every day. So yep, I would say automate following people and target the people who would actually be interested in linking up with you and consuming your content. Now, the other thing I'd say, there's a great app called IFTTT, and it basically has all these widgets and applets that you can use to automate your content carrying from one platform over to another. So I post mainly on Instagram, but I also have a Twitter account, and I want whatever I post on Instagram to automatically go over to my Twitter account, and that happens through this program called IFTTT. I'll leave a link to that one as well. But basically it just allows me to create content on one platform and automatically post it to another. So it takes out of the equation me having to go onto multiple accounts and post on those different platforms. I also post, so from my Instagram account, I also post on my Life of Momentum Facebook account and my Momentum Quotes Twitter account as well. So it's all automated. Just need to post on one platform. So yeah, the other thing I'd say is, if you're making videos, this is something I've been looking at recently, is if you're making videos, that's one type of content, so just visual. But what if people who want to consume your content in other types of content, like reading or listening or even quotes? They want to just have the quick snippets of what you say. and that's something that you can do. So you make your videos, and you can actually pay someone to put it into a blog post. So they basically transcribe whatever you've spoken about into text, and you can put that on your website. And then from that, you can also pay the same person to sort of splice out little pearls of wisdom that you say and turn them into quotes. And then you can use that on your Instagram page or your Twitter account or whatever, and get leads that way, get following that way. So yeah, definitely try and automate your, if you're making videos, don't just make it about videos. Turn that into all types of different content, like make it into a podcast. You can just splice out the audio and make it into a podcast for your website. So those people who like listening to your stuff and not necessarily watching your stuff can, listen to it on their way to work, listen to it in the gym, and have it being able to be consumed that way. The other thing I would say is, if you want to, this is something that I've been interested in lately, is Kindle Publishing, and having people write books for you. So you can actually pay people to create content for you. And I would probably suggest, if you're just starting out, to try and create your own content, because you'll get better at creating your own content and develop those skills that you need. I'm just going to put this behind that so it doesn't sort of go all over the place. Yeah, ghostwriting is a great tool. You can find cheap, inexpensive ghostwriters. Ghostwriting is just basically you give an author a topic. You give an author a topic, and they write a book for you. So it could be on the topic of, I recently wrote a book on emotional intelligence. I gave the author just the title, Grow Your EQ, and he went away and wrote the book for me. And then you can edit it and then put it on your website, sell it for 99 cents on Kindle, and then turn it into all sorts of other things. You can make it into a hardcover book, and have it making you money that way. So the other thing I would say, if you want to really get good content on your blog, is to invite guests to write blog posts on your website. This is a great, you'd be so surprised at how many people would be just willing to help out somebody who's just up and coming. One of my friends had an interview with Peter Diamandis, the founder of X Prize and co-founder of Singularity University, and he missed out on that interview just because of some unforeseen circumstances. But that really highlighted the fact that these people are not unreachable. You can actually message them and get interviews on your blog, get guest posts, and that's a great way to build content for your blog. So I hope you've gotten some ideas from this. It's an ongoing process, so the more content that you have on your website, obviously the more content people can go back and look at and consume. So I would suggest be consistent with this and try and find ways to automate it so that you can really build your following. So thank you for listening to me, and I'll see you next time.